All right, this is Justin Ewan from the MMARadioshow.com interviewing future Gladiator Challenge light heavyweight title contender Rick Randolph. Now, Rick, you're fighting this weekend at Red Hawk Casino. How's your training camp gone so far?
It's been good. A lot of conditioning, a lot of stand-up and working on the ground a lot. Just able to mix it up, keep the variety going.
And who have you been training with for this, as far as your training partners and your coaches for this?
Do my majority of my training with Dave Marinoble. Marinoble's martial arts in Roseville. He kind of oversees everything. Doing a little bit of my groundwork down at Casio Warnick's Academy. Working a lot of my submissions and submission defense down there. And then I have a group of friends, wrestlers that I train with, get together and wrestle with quite a bit.
And how long's this training camp that you've been going through been?
I've been fighting a lot, so it's just kind of been a continuous. I just keep training. I haven't. I mean, it's been 6 weeks since my last fight, and so I've just kept going.
Okay, and since that last fight, how have you really developed since that last fight, being that you have been so active and fighting every 6 to 8 weeks lately?
This time I took a little more time off. I was just taking too many fights, and it was mentally starting to wear me down to where I wasn't sure I wanted to continue doing it. This time I took some time off, took a nice camping trip, and got refocused, came back in, recognized the weaknesses I got, and really have focused on trying to shore up some of those and clean up my submission defense and clean up my striking quite a bit.
And who are you fighting, and what do you know about him so far?
Richard Blake, big boy, fights. I've actually fought him 5 years ago, Cache Creek, and he's a big, strong guy. I beat him that time, I choked him, but I'm sure he's improved, so should have a good fight.
And how do you think you match up stylistically compared to Richard?
I mean, I'm very confident standing with him. I'm very confident on the ground with him. I'm very confident in the clinch with him. I don't see too many areas that he will be better than me conditioning-wise. I'm in great shape. I know he's dropping down from heavyweights to come down to a 5. I believe this is going to be the first time, so that should improve his conditioning. So I got to look for him to come in good shape.
Now, kind of getting away from the more recent and kind of going back into your past, what really got you into the whole MMA scene?
I don't know if I'm in the MMA scene, but I was a wrestler in high school. I'm a high school wrestling coach right now, and you know, I missed the competition. When I initially came to start training, I was about 260 pounds. And
rumor has it you looked like Scott Steiner back in the day.
Maybe I was a big boy. And I wanted to come in and train. And told my wife I wasn't planning on fighting, was just coming to train and to get some of those juices flowing. And I think 6 or 8 months later, I was having a fight, and I've been fighting off and on since then. So it was just a way to get that competition back. It feeds that. I still like to compete. Every time I try to step away, I get pulled back because I enjoy competing.
You said your first fight came about 6 months into your training. How long ago did you actually start training?
How long ago?
Yeah, what?
Gosh, 5 or 6 years ago.
And your first fight was Elijah Rennie?
No.
Oh, okay.
The first fight was an amateur fight up in Oregon. I don't remember his name. The heavyweight fight.
So you fought at heavyweight, you fought at light heavyweight, and now you've also been down at 85s before. Is that correct?
No, we talked about it.
Still a goal?
I think so. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of lifting and put on some good weight. Feel like it's gonna be a little more of a struggle to get down to 185, but I intend to do that. I've talked to some of the promoters about getting down to 185, and I think it'll be a super strong place for me.
Definitely. Now you're a busy guy. You're a full-time fighter. You're a full-time worker, being that you do have a very professional job working for the city of Roseville as a police officer. You're also a full-time husband and a full-time father at 2. Tell me how hard is it, to juggle all of that, being a fighter, a husband, a father, and a police officer all at the same time?
Yeah, I mean that's the struggle I deal with every week. I'm ridiculously fortunate in my wife that she even puts up with it. She we've talked about it many times, and sometimes I get lost and just want to train, and I neglect the family and the kids and the job and everything, and so I've had to really balance that. that's probably the biggest hurdle I've got is balancing those things, because again, I go to work my 44 hours a week or whatever, and I need to train. I'm trying to train 2 to 3 times a day, 2 times a day on work days and 3 times a day on non-work days. So it has its moments, and basically if I want to do this, I don't get that opportunity to lay around and rest when I'm not training, because I've got the rest of the responsibilities to do. So I'm very fortunate that I can do it. That's all. I really don't have an answer for why.
Now you've had some really good ups as far as high times in the cage. What's your most favorite or your best moment in the cage for you? I mean, you won the Gladiator Challenge World Heavyweight title. Now you're going for the light heavyweight title. Is there anything that tops that for you? Is it your first professional victory, or is there one that stands out more than the other?
I enjoyed. It's horrible to say, I lost the fight to Dave Huckabee, but that was a very fun first round for me. Fighting's not about winning and losing for me, and I don't ever understand that. I just like to fight. I like to compete. It's horrible for me to say in some ways that my favorite fight was one I lost. I made some mistakes in that fight, there's no question, but I learned a lot, and I enjoyed that fight probably the best. I'd love to go back and do that fight again. It was a lot of fun.
And just 2 last things for you, the first of which, a lot of young guys are coming up, and a lot of people that are just now getting into the sport are really looking to make a name for themselves. If you could give any advice to any inspiring fighter, what would you give the Rick Randolph stamp of advice for?
Just shut up and train. Quit telling people you're a fighter. Quit thinking you're a fighter. Just get in and train and fight and train and fight and train and fight. And that's it. I think so many people get into fighting interested in being a fighter, but no one wants to get in and do the work it takes. And that's the part that sucks. I mean, let's face it. The fun part's going on fighting. I tell you, when I fight for free, it's the training I want to get paid for.
And then finally, nobody can do this stuff alone. Everybody's got to have the people that stand behind them. Any thank yous or shout outs that you want to give to sponsors or people that have been behind you?
Yeah, Dave Marinoble, who's worked with me since I got into this, has just been, I mean, I found him at the right time in my life. I've been very fortunate to have him as a mentor and a coach and a friend. Self-Righteous Clothing Company's been taking care of me now for the last several fights, and they've been fantastic. Recently I've been training down with a bunch of guys at Cassie Warnick's and Dan Pearson, who comes in and rolls with me regularly, Jeremiah Miller, who works with me on my wrestling significantly. I mean, there's just a ton of people. All my training partners here at Marinoble's have just been fantastic, and I'm just very fortunate to have a lot of people that are willing to dive in and take some beatings and get some work done. CrossFit Genesis does all my strength and conditioning, Phil Mancini and John Plano, and I mean, I can't believe what they've done for my strength and conditioning, and it's just, I'm stronger, faster than I was in my 20s, and that's incredible. And
then finally, we're sitting here at 6 days out from the world title fight. You and Richard Blake, what are your predictions for the fight for this Saturday at Red Hawk Casino?
Oh, I mean, I'm going there to win. I believe I can do it any way I choose to. I believe I can do it with my favorite ground and pound. I believe I can do it standing with him. I know I can submit him. It's gonna dictate where he wants to fight. I'll fight it wherever he wants to, or maybe I'll just decide to put it where I'm feeling most comfortable.
Well, Rick, thanks for taking about 10 minutes here out of your training time tonight. I know you got a big fight coming up, and we're really looking forward to getting some footage of that fight. And let's hope on Saturday night we're interviewing you with a title belt around your waist. Good luck, Rick.
That's the plan. Thank you.